Oh, okay. What's your name?
Kat.
Cat.
Yeah.
And
Hi. How's everybody doing today?
okay.
Yeah. I wanted to share with you about the HemoHim because before I have vaginal irritation, and vaginal irritation is very, very difficult and it's very bad, for a lot of female who have yeast infection. So um, I see doctor and the doctor give me medicine. It go away, it come back. So every time it go away, it come back, go away, come back. I cannot go to work. I cannot do anything. So my leg, it has a from the infection, it grow very big because I cannot walk. So I tried the HemoHim. So before I tried the HemoHim, I go online on the computer and I look and I see the HemoHim is made out of 3 flowers. Three different flowers. So I said, oh, it's okay. I take it because it's safe. So when I take just three little bag, just 3 bags, my pain go away. I can sleep better. No more
Okay,
pain, no more infection. Yeah, and so the vaginal irritation went away for me. Yeah, so I like the HemoHim a lot. So I tell my friend to drink it. My friend like it too because it helped her knee and it helped her stop going to pee because my friend, she go to pee 4 or 5 times every night. Yeah, so it stopped. Yeah. And about the knee too, it stopped her knee from, she cannot walk upstairs because her house, she go upstairs all the time and she take HemoHim for 2 weeks, it stopped. Yeah. So I really do like the HemoHim.
Really help her a lot.
I came to Army because of HemoHim. I had allergies for 20 years. 1995 it started, all the way till last year, 2015. And I don't know why it started. It just 95 it started. And I get it in the fall and in the spring. And when it hits, my nose, get clogged up, eyes get itchy, the ears, um, hard to sleep, at night is very tough. So I tried a lot of things. So when I was introduced to HemoHim, August of last year, uh, my sponsor now said this has helped people and it will work. I gave it a month and a half because it usually starts around this time in September. September, half of September, we're in October now. So from August 1 to September 15, I took HemoHim. And I remember being so happy. Back to my wife about it. And then one morning I woke up and I started sneezing. I started coughing and eyes. And my wife's in the bathroom and she's like, hey, how's that HemoHim working for you? And I'm like, oh, you're going to kick a guy while he's down. I called my sponsor and I said, it's not working. And he said, how many are you taking? I said, 2, like you said. He said, no, that's for normal people. You're not normal. You're you got a problem. Take 4, 5. Well, there's in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, that means I got to use more and I got to buy more. You know what I mean? But I decided I got nothing to lose. And I did. Within a couple of days, my allergies left. That fall, this spring, maybe a day it came, and I upped the dose and it went. This fall, start of this fall, there was a time when 2 days I was suffering. And they said the mold count was really high. So I suffered for a couple of days and I kept taking the HemoHim. And as you can see now, I'm not coughing or sneezing. So it really worked for me.
I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease. One of the diagnoses was Hashimoto syndrome. I suffered from lack of energy. I had very low appetite. I would always have, my stomach was always either turning or I didn't know if I was going or coming. And so a friend of mine introduced me to this product and the supplement, and I started taking it. I started taking it once a day, and it helped me. So then she said, well, if you feel, I said, I'll try twice a day. So I started taking a package in the morning and in the evening. And I would go and get my blood checked. After the first 3 months of taking it, the doctor said that my blood count was higher than it was normal. And I'm very convinced that this product, this supplement is very good, and anybody with that condition should try it. Like I said, it's from the company called Autonomy, Atomy.
The reason why we take the HemoHim every day is because my wife was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in June 2016. In November, after following all the doctor's steps, and then we're going through chemotherapy. And the chemotherapy was a work at all for my wife. And then when someone tell me there is something, it's a supplement who can help you with the cancer. And then we not wait even 1 minute. We buy the products from her, and then by using it the same day, my wife feel 100% comfortable. She used to take 6 different medicines. Then since we found the HemoHim, we never take any one of them. She's feel better and better and better day after day. After 3 months using the HemoHim, went back to the doctor. When the doctor checked everything, she said, "Young lady, I cannot believe. Now you are cancer free."
My aunt in Colombia, she got a stroke and she was all of this part dead. Paralyzed. Then I heard about HemoHim and I brought to her. In 8 days, she started walking. And her mouth was over here, and now you can see that you don't notice anything.
Awesome.
Only her hand is a little shaking. But my father-in-law, 3 weeks ago, I went to Colombia and he has Parkinson.
Wow.
Yeah, her saliva comes out, and my husband brought the HemoHim to him. 8 days later, I asked him, and he said, "I'm not saliving, my saliva is not coming out, but also I'm hearing better and I can talk clearly."
Oh my God!
But I have a customer over here that she got an accident 16 years ago. She didn't see, but her hair was coming everywhere after 2 years. For 12 years, she was like this, and she could lift her arms. She heard about HemoHim from me, and she purchased. A week later, she said, "It's no pain." Her blood pressure was down. And 3 weeks later, she called the school and she said, "Tell Maria that I can lift my arms."
Oh my God.
After 12 years.
Wow.
But now, that customer doctor wants to see me because I think we are going to have business with him.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say to you is the experience that I had in my life with my son taking HemoHim. My son, my second son, had a stroke in July 2016. And at the time, when he had the stroke, he was alone in his home by himself, and he was over in the Turks and Caicos, where my birth country. So when he had the stroke, he was flown to the Bahamas by air ambulance for the emergency surgery. I was here in Fort Lauderdale. When I got the news, I couldn't get on JetBlue that night, so the next morning I flew to Nassau, and the neurosurgeon said he couldn't wait for me because my son was dying, and he had to move really fast. So as I got there, they were wheeling my son into the theater to have the surgery, and I begged the nurse to please let me whisper in his ear, because all medical people know the hearing is always there. So I said, "Brian, I'm here. Mommy is here." And so they took him down, and for hours we waited until they came back after the surgery was over. And another relative of mine, my nephew, my sister's son, came from Turks, and he was in the ambulance with him. And because they were saying the reason why it was important that he came with Brian is that they wanted Brian to stay awake. He could not have fallen asleep. It was very important that he didn't fall asleep. So my nephew spoke to him the whole way during the flight to Nassau. And so when we got back to Turks, I called over to Diane my friend over here in Fort Lauderdale, because my son was so sick. After the second surgery, because the bone that was in his head at the first surgery had to be taken out, placed in his stomach for 6 months, and then after the 6 months, the bone had to be replaced in his brain again. And so the second surgery, it was very devastating, believe me. I don't have the time to tell you tonight. It was very devastating. So he was good after the first surgery, but after the second surgery, it seems like he got more sick. And I was so worried. Brian was so sick. He was sitting in his wheelchair all day because he was so weak, he was so lethargic. There were days when he couldn't eat, he couldn't breathe, he couldn't swallow. Oh God, what am I going to do? So he said the nights when I had to take him to the emergency room at 2:30 in the morning because he couldn't breathe. And then when they got there, the only thing they would tell him is try to do some remedy because they didn't see where they can do anything for him. So I call over here to my friend Diane. Diane said, Pat, I have just the thing. I just got this product. It's called HemoHim. She said, if I can get it to you in dose, she said it will help Brian. She said because it works fast. It's functional, and that word functional is very important. It's functional, and I tell you, I don't want you all to underestimate the little package of HemoHim, that little sachet, because it's power in the little sachet of HemoHim. I started giving that sachet of HemoHim to my son. After 3 days, I was in the kitchen preparing lunch for my son, and then I heard some noise in the bedroom because the neurosurgeon said to me, make sure he never falls, because God forbid if he falls and hit his head, that's a different story. So I ran in the bedroom, and I said, Brian, what's going on? What happened? And he was already standing, going to the bathroom, 3 days after taking the HemoHim. Because I know he was so weak, he could not walk on his own. I took him by the arm and tried to keep holding him up. He said, well, Mommy, I feel like I can make it. So I stood by his side and walked with him because he wasn't able to do it before. He was able to walk to the bathroom, but I stood by his side for assurance, to make sure he wouldn't fall. So he got there, and whatever assistance he needed, I helped him and everything, but he could not do that. And before he got the HemoHim, he could not swallow. He could not breathe. People, I want you all to know that HemoHim caused my son to breathe right, to swallow right, to go to the bathroom right. Right now I feel like I can have church. Oh God, because God is so good. I am so thankful that God let me get to know about the HemoHim, and I want to give thanks to my sponsor Diane Galloway. She's not right here at the moment, but if it wasn't for Diane Galloway, I would not have known about the HemoHim, and I'm very thankful, very, very thankful. And that is my testimony. I can say more, but I know I don't have time. But for myself, right here in Fort Lauderdale, because when I first got the HemoHim, you know how your children, everybody's so skeptical sometimes. He said to me, Mommy, you take one first. Because he wanted me to test it out on myself before I give it to him. He said for me to take one, so I took one. I said, but Brian, I don't want to keep on taking it because it's for you. So I took one, and then he started taking his. But when I got my own case and started, because I had knee surgery, and where my second son lives here in Fort Lauderdale, he lives upstairs, so I wasn't able to walk up the stairs without holding on the rails. But now, people, I can go up the stairs without holding on the rails. Because I had to test myself. I had to truly test myself. I said, because this knee is not hurting no more. And I know I could not do it. I could not go up the stairs with the pain that I was feeling. I had to hold on the side rail for support. Now I can walk up the stairs without holding the rail because I have no pain.
So before that, my leg here, left leg here, this part, from this part like this lah.
Bengkak.
Not bengkak. Like you squeeze, how you feel the pain.
Okay.
That kind of pain I had.
Okay.
But these 2-3 days, that pain no more already.
No more pain.
No more pain already.
Oh.
Okay.
One packet only you use. One day one packet.
One day one packet.
Oh.
Then over this, the toes here, feeling like very
Tight.
not tight, like and
And biting. Now.
I had
Or before that don't have.
Before that, a
So
lot.
if you have the end biting means actually is recording okay. Actually when you have end biting means that means you have the feel of the blood circulation already. Start already lah.
Yeah, I didn't have that, but now I got a feeling already. Like end
Good lah,
biting.
good lah, good lah.
So for
Now
now,
it's 9 days
9 days. Today 9 days.
Oh, you use the Omega also, right?
Yeah. Omega, same also. The same Monday night I took. For Monday till Friday, nothing. No action, nothing. No reaction,
Yeah,
nothing.
normal.
But Saturday around 10 o'clock. Oh,
Why happened?
on terrible stomach ache. Flush out.
Oh, flush out.
Flush out. Really flush out. That Saturday, sorry. Saturday early morning, 4:30. I got a stomach ache. So go toilet. Wow. But relief lah, now relief. Better now.
Okay.
Yeah.
HemoHim and Omega,
Omega.
Yeah, must try lah.
Yeah.
Must try lah. Whatever, because there is so many testimonial, this YouTube and also Google, and also so friend actually after using HemoHim is good lah. Okay, good. Thank you.
But I started taking it, and I noticed at work, at 65 years old, your mind, you start getting a little bit, you forget things. And I noticed some of the cobwebs going away in my mind. I would get a phone number from a customer, and if I didn't write it down right away in the past, I'd forget it. I'd have to come back to that customer and say, what was your phone number again? But I started taking this HemoHim at a month in May, end of May, I guess I started. And just a couple weeks ago, something dawned on me. I asked the customer's contact number, and I got sidetracked, and I started talking about something else with another customer. And then later on, I thought, gosh, I wished I would have wrote that guy's number down. Now I'm going to have to probably look him up and look stupid and walk up to him and say again, can I have your number again? But all of a sudden I said, I think he said 850-283-5964. I'm going to just try that. It really kind of rings a bell in there. So I dialed the number, and sure enough, he answered the phone. And it was like, there was 25 minutes in between. That's a lot of time when you're 65 years old. And talking about other things in between that time. And all of a sudden, I said, golly, what has changed? And I think it's all that HemoHim. And I've taken it twice. I'm taking one in the morning, I'm taking one at night. I had arthritic problems. They're gone. Don't know, forgive me if this is not an acceptable thing to say in front of a group that I hardly know, but anytime you take anything that's good for you, you end up going to the bathroom a lot in the morning and you clean yourself out. And you're getting all those toxins out of your body. And pain goes away, and pain goes away, and your mind becomes clearer. And different things. And my wife and I, just driving from Milton, Florida out to here, she could shut me up. I hope you guys are better than I am at, it's like he's falling and he can't shut up. But I would like to, I couldn't shut up all the way here. So, I guess, I got more energy. No more arthritic pain. And since the middle of May. Just taking it twice a day. Since the middle of May. So, when before your wife had to anchor you down to go down the toilet, now you just, you get cleaned. You get cleaned out. Your body feels much better, and you realize that like you.
No, you're crying.
I don't ever, like Andrew just said, I don't ever plan on quitting. I'm a new consumer.
Years ago, as I was waiting to retire from my nursing career, I started to have pain coming to my knees, joints, my fingers. When I woke up in the morning, I started to have stiffness. And I was very desperately trying to work a couple more years to retire. But one day, boom, I was hit with a severe arthritis pain on my knee. And that literally kept me in bed and could not get up about a month. So I was very sick. And prior to that also, I was suffering with a dizziness. So I had about 5 years of suffering because of dizziness. So when I was finally hit with the heart, with the arthritis, I was very depressed. And, I was miserable thinking, oh, my life is over. Okay. But one day, Jiyoung came to my house, introduced me this HemoHim. And she said, if I take this, then I will start having some energy back because the immune system will be boosted up, and also I will get better with arthritis. So I didn't believe it to begin with, but she offered me free a couple of these boxes of HemoHim to try. When I tried it, I got sicker the second day. And I complained to her, and she said, oh, that's a good sign. That means your body is reacting to it. So I continued to taking it. So pretty soon, I realized my dizziness is starting to go away. And I was starting to feel better, my joint pain. But my knee pain was very, very severe and consistently bothering me. So I will be waking up about 5-6 times a night, every night. And whenever I try to turn from side to side, it was so difficult because the pain was so severe. Anyway, so I continued complaining to her, this thing doesn't work. She said, please do not stop. So I continued taking it. Into 7 months, finally, of course, up to the 7 months, the waking up because of the pain starting to decrease. Instead of 5 to 6, 3 to 4, 2 to 3 times a night. And into 7 months, one day I just suddenly realized I was walking normal. Yeah, I normally walk fast, but I started to walk normal, fast. My pain, I used to have a heat on my joints, and with the stiffness, that was completely gone. So now, since then, but I still have a doubt. Is this thing going to keep me healthy like now? Can I trust this? I had a doubt, but I continued taking it up to this day. I have no knee pain, knee problem, walking normal. Now, I have a family history. My mother being very sick, all her life suffered with a knee pain. My older sister had a surgery, needed replacement because of that. So thinking I have a family history, I'm bound to it. I'm stuck with this problem. So I thought to myself, pretty much I'm going to be having that problem. This helped me. So I'm free of knee pain now. I'm hoping,
Is that arthritis?
Yeah, yeah. My arthritis, knee pain, joint pain on my fingers, cleared.
Okay. So it helps with inflammation?
Huh?
Inflammation,
okay. So I have my nursing supervisor who's in her late 80s now. She's a Canadian. I immigrated to Canada first. She's in her late 80s. She came down with cancer. When I heard that bad news, I introduced her to this thing. And of course, she had some chemotherapy. After that, when she started on this, she's completely receded now. So she's okay. And not only that, she's now having, immune system being boosted. She's got energy. So a couple of weeks ago, when I talked to her, she said, oh, because I got so busy with my daughter, I forgot to take that for 3 days. She didn't realize it. And then suddenly one morning after that, she couldn't get up. She was so stiff. So she remembered. Her husband reminded her. So she grabbed it again and took it. Now she is back to having normal energy level. And even between her husband, they are Canadian. They are just really, they believe in it. They both take this. And I know they're diet heavy because I lived with them many years. So they were enjoying steaks and all the meat kind of things. So they have a tendency to have maybe a heart problem. Her husband does already have a problem. But I've been just really encouraging them to take this because this will reduce the inflammation of your vein, vessel, wall. And so because if you have an inflammation, that'll build up, enhance more building of plaques. The result is you will have a heart attack because of the narrowing of your vessel. But this will, if you further look into the research result, they have found that one of these ingredients has a property of reducing the inflammation. So when you take this, it helps also, reducing the inflammation of the vessel.
And then the last one, China, the cancer.
China, okay. I have also a friend of mine who's a Chinese came to me one day and said she heard bad news from China. Her nephew was told to live he's going to live 3 months, with the cancer, terminal cancer. So she came over to me and said, Jane, I heard you talking about something, HemoHim the other day, and do you think this will cure him? So I said, no, this is not going to cure him, especially when he's terminal cancer. But I truly believe if she can try it, it might prolong his life. So she said, okay, what can I use? I'm going to buy some and send it to China. She did. And guess what? When he started to take it, after the chemotherapy, his color started to come back. He started to have more energy. And then suddenly, because of what was happening to his body, he realized, wait a minute, this is something I should take it and it's going to help me. And he is now into taking a little bit over a year now. He's truly believing in this. This is going to bring him some miracles. So he believes he's cured. Continue taking this. He's back to, he's a CEO of one of the manufacturing company, back to work with a full time because of the people around him saw him getting well. They're all wanting to buy this stuff. So I've been selling a lot of HemoHim to China because of
100 boxes. 100 boxes. 100 boxes.
Yeah,
Yay!
over 100 boxes.
Good job. Good story.
So
Good story.
Ellen is just because of people are lining up wanting this HemoHim. The Chinese people love herbs, herbs. So witnessing that this gentleman is getting well with even terminal cancer, they all started to believe, oh, I want some, I want to have some. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
The reason why I take Adamy's HemoHim is because I know that every season, every winter, I get sick. And I was looking for a way to help build my immune system. And when I find out about the HemoHim, how it's all natural and how it's a medicinal herbs, and that's why I really start taking it. I take it twice a day. It comes in a little sack, and I just tear it up, drink it straight up, and I do drink at least 8 ounces of water right after. With the first usage, I noticed how much energy I got. I noticed that I do sleep better. I noticed I do have more energy. Now, I would recommend anybody that wants more energy. I would recommend anybody that needs more energy to help build the immune system. Anybody that, especially when they're talking about with these products, how it helps people with building their immune system, help build more red blood cell, help build more white blood cell, how it helps people with high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, even arthritis. people who is always sick. Even with people with cancer, you can take these products to help you feel better.
And I was kind of intrigued with the HemoHim supplement. And so I thought, I'm going to try this because she'd explained, and I don't know if you've gotten this far on the videos, but she'd explained that the HemoHim was 60%, or it had been made for cancer patients to regrow healthy cell structure. And 60% of the cell structure was being redone in your body using this product. And so I like that idea of getting healthy from the cell structure on out. Wow. So I started taking it. And I didn't have anything major that I was really concerned about, other than I just thought, she had said that you could lose a little weight, so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll try it. And I'll try anything if I can lose weight. So I had really severe hair loss, and it was getting really bad. And I mean, when I would shower, my hair, because I was hitting menopause and just my body was changing, gobs, and I mean gobs of it was coming out. It was plugging up the plumbing. It was so bad. And honestly, this year I already started to like Google for wigs because I was having bald spots, and I thought, if this doesn't stop, I'm going to have to actually buy a wig because it's just getting out of control. And so 2 weeks in, or maybe about a week and a half in of taking the supplement every day, I noticed that my hair wasn't coming out as much. And it almost kind of stopped. And I have a little bit of hair loss, but like normal amount when you know you're shampooing and conditioning. But it wasn't to the extent that actually made me worried about my hair. And so I was really, really glad that I had tried this supplement. And I think it's been, if not just that, it's been beneficial. For that alone has made me extraordinarily happy with the product.
How long have you been taking this? So my story before is I have heartburn, so bad heartburn. And I have, I even then cannot eat anything. It's just like when I eat, I have a feeling I cannot breathe. I feeling like I'm going to pass out. And it just hurts. And then later I have to go see a doctor. And then doctor put a heart monitor on me to check out if something wrong with your heart or not. But it's nothing wrong with my heart because he put a heart monitor in and nothing. They cannot find out anything. My feeling is still the same. And after, for a while, my uncle PK, he come to visit me. And I tell him about what happened to me. And he give me to try on probiotic 10 pot, this product. He said, you try on, you try them only 2 a day. So after about a week, I take them. And my feeling I have is what before is I don't feeling like that anymore. I can eat anything I want. I can drink coffee anytime I want. And I know have dizzy part like that. I'm happy at my work right now. I'm happy with this product.
In Spanish, the gentleman woke up with me with a sad expression on his face. I asked him, my brother, what's the problem? Why are you so sad? He told me, and I'm quoting, my wife is dying right now at the Naples hospital. I said, what's the problem? She has a case of widespread cancer all over the body. I got an instrument. I do not have a crystal ball. Consequently, I cannot guarantee anything. But many experts believe this product, the HemoHim to be the #1 anti-cancer product known to men. If I were you, Instead of the 2 sachets recommended, I would have given to my wife, to my dying wife, 6 per day. And when you go to the doctor, don't ask any advice, just keep it to her. That's all. You know what I mean, right? And sure enough, like, the both of you can walk to the neighborhood hospital. But I want you to know that every 2 hours, the doctors were checking the blood reserve, the blood count of the lady. 604, 600, 590, 570. The doctor didn't know to what symptom address the player. And they said, man, at the pace the blood is going down, tomorrow, October the 15th, we are out of luck. Unless, if you want, we can give her some blood transfusion to buy some additional hours. But the guy said, listen, doctor, we are Jehovah's Witnesses. We do not do this blood transfusion. And the doctor said, listen, your best bet is to call Jackson Memorial Hospital and ask them to send a helicopter to Alice Tower, that's the name of the wife, to Jackson. When they call Jackson, they say, listen, we can do that, but we would like to see the chart of Sarah. And bad news, because the doctors at Jackson said, listen, with this level of blood reserve, we do not stand any chance. This is when Redley took matter in his own hands. He opened 2 sachets and put in Sarah's mouth. When they took the blood the next time, for the first time, they observed between the last time they take the blood and the time before the last, there was the beginning of stability, meaning no drop in the blood. But the doctors, didn't take that seriously. That's the reason. Take your wife with a horse business and some morphine, so that the lady could die, in the comfort of the family, at least something about the pain. When the guy gets to the house, he gave to Sarah 2 additional sachets of HemoHim. At this moment, the lady cried, Dame comida! Dame comida! Give me some food! Give me some food in the house! Now, mind you, what is impressive is not the content of what she said, but it was the first time they heard her voice for 3 months. And they were looking at one another, and they did 2 additional ceremonies. And the lady stood up for the first time after 3 months and went to the bathroom and back. Guys, listen to this. To make the story short, because that's too much. Now, guys, remember myself, I was not there. I received a phone call from Roberto, se puede pasar en mi casa. I left Lehigh, could you please come to my house? I left Lehigh, I drove to Naples, half an hour, and when I get to the house, guys, the Jews, this is where high-fiving, jumping up and down, celebrating, and the face of the lady was reddish with blood, and the jaundice that came from the fact that the liver was about to shut down is evaporating, and today, Sarah is as healthy as From a sociological standpoint, we have learned that facts tell, the story tells all day. Guys, this is the kind of story that can fuel the explosiveness of billion-dollar companies. You just do not know how happy I am for all of you that are going to be 50,000, 60,000 on the strength of the product. Thank you very much.
But I'm still amazed of what HemoHim can do, especially after witnessing it from my brother. Way back, my brother had those pimples that could make anyone cringe. just by looking at it. But after using HemoHim for 3 months, I cannot believe the results. Little by little, his cringe-worthy pimples just vanished. It was so amazing. It was like a miracle knowing that my brother had his pimples since I think it was elementary and had gone through several dermatologists, but there.
Pero after taking HemoHim for a few days, nasa taas na pala ako, hindi ko napansin. Hindi na conscious yung effort ko na umakyat. Tapos po, ang next po kong, little story is about my aunt. She's 94 years old. So, she walks around the house with a cane. And then sometimes she asks her sisters about 84 years old also to support her. After the third sachet, I saw her in the morning, that day, and she said, I don't know if it's your HemoHim, but I got out of bed this morning feeling strength in my knees. And then, tuloy na niya, and I monitor her, and she takes it every day. And then now, she walks around the house without the cane. Yung cane niya pang labas na lang.
Anyway, my story starts last year. I had brain surgery. Okay, because I had a tumor sitting on top of my brain. They have something called meninges, which is like a tissue. Okay, and my tumor was sitting right on top of it. Okay, on the right side. So I was, by the time they brought me, my sister-in-law anyway, who's a nurse, they brought me to the emergency. I was already what they would call in an altered mental state. Like, I didn't know, I couldn't walk straight, I couldn't stand up. My vision, I could hear them talking, but I couldn't see them, although my eyes were open. I had an 8-hour surgery, and when I woke up, my whole left side was paralyzed. I couldn't open my computer. I had forgotten how to open my computer. I'd forgotten how to open my iPad. I'm an industrial designer, and I couldn't do anything. Okay, so in the Philippines, I was going to an acupuncturist because I would sit for 5 minutes and I would, swell. From the waist down, I was so big. I looked like I was 5 months pregnant, because of the drugs that they had me on. My blood pressure, I was taking 2 blood pressure medication, one a diuretic and another one to, normalize my blood pressure. I was a mess, okay. In short, I went back to the Philippines, and in December, some Korean lady said, why don't you try, so anyway, this acupuncturist said, there was a lady said that gave me these samples. Why don't you try it? So I did. December, January, February, by the beginning of March, it was like a whole curtain was lifted off my brain. My brain didn't feel like it was empty anymore. I could remember things. I brought back my welcome cards. Get well cards. None of the signatures I knew. I didn't know anybody who, sent those cards. So really, lucky for me, I knew my direct family members. But that's about it. I didn't know my friends. So, it was like that. And then I just kept on getting better and better on HemoHim. And then, so in March, April, I said, okay, I want to be a member. And they said, I'm sorry, they tried to put me into Korea, the Philippines isn't open yet. They're not going to open until next year. Okay, so there was nothing that they could do. So finally, I found a loophole. I could register in the States. Okay, so I got on the website and I registered. And I told them, look, I'm already a member. I'm going to the States in July. And I said, for my checkup. And I said, I might as well go and, see a center. I've never seen a center, meet some Academy members and all that. So I did. In the meantime, they said they didn't have any material in English in the Philippines. So I pieced together, what little they could, and then I helped them put together material in English that we could distribute to people. Plus, they brought me around the provinces in the Philippines. So now I do when they do presentations to the provinces, I'm the one that presents HemoHim. Okay.